Hello there. Welcome to another talk and podcast, meditation, because it is a meditation. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. But this talk is about empathy. After my spiritual awakening was 2012. So I was 24, I'm 34 on my birthday, so just under 10 years. One of the abilities that I started to get was I started to be able to I would look at someone, their expression, or even a photograph, for like a moment, I would, it was like everything would slow down. And I would become that person for a moment through their expression and understand their expression at that moment. And some people might call this empathy. And the reason this is because why I started to develop this is because, people in our lives, we're all connected, and even when even in situations like if someone's not been very nice to you, you don't like that person, it's bringing out elements of yourself that might need healing. So everything has a purpose. Everything is a mirror and everything has a purpose. And everything's connected. You see? And everything returns to source. But it can only return to source, all that, what I'm talking about, by people spiritually awakening. Because then it was after my spiritual awakening, I then gained that ability, that empathic thing. And then I'm understanding other people through that. And that's what we really need. There's too many people. See, the core of the problems on the planet, in my opinion, is a lack of empathy. I don't think the core problems on the planet is Sorry, I'm just letting my cat out there. She wanted outside. So, yeah, as I was talking about, empathy, that's where I was. But, yeah, this is something that started to happen to me after my spiritual awakening. But yeah, like I was saying, at the core of the problems on the planet is a lack of empathy, and a lack of empathy manifests itself in insecurity. Well, it's insecurity why someone lacks empathy. I didn't have empathy like that before my spiritual awakening because I was very insecure. So I inherited the issues from my parents, my surroundings, all that kind of stuff. Upbringing. And then the spiritual awakening was making me feel more secure, so then you're having more empathy towards other people. And the core problems on the planet, I believe, is narcissism. And narcissism comes from insecurity. Like this, that's why these politicians want to keep everywhere locked down, because they want to control us. That's why they're doing it. And that you want to control others because of narcissism. So that's the core problems on the planet. That is the core problems on the planet. Yeah, that's the core problems on the planet, but so the only people that are bringing that empathy is the people that are more sensitive, more empathic, or spiritually awakening, like in my case. But how many people on the planet are doing that? Is there a lot? No, there's not a lot. Because when you're empathic like that, that's the only way you gain understanding. Narcissists, you can't do that with a narcissist because they're not. You can only I don't think I've had this ability with narcissists or people that are full blown narcissists. Full blown narcissists are people that don't look at others as themselves. They don't have a they people say they love themselves, but not a lot. There's a lot of insecurity. There's low self-image with the narcissist, and that's the people that are running the show in the world. The cure, the solution, is like I say, is awakening, is empathy. That is the cure to everything. Because once we've got that, if everyone had that, had empathy, then you've got love, and then that's the solution. The problem on the planet is because there's a lack of empathy. When you've got a lack of empathy, like I've said a moment ago, you've got narcissism, and then you have real issues on the planet. So the solution is to start realizing that what people trigger off within you is something within you that needs healed. And so it's all about looking within yourself, right? And letting it go. Because that's the only thing that's going to save you, is by letting go of the hurt that someone else is causing you. If it's a narcissistic person, you've just got to get rid of that person and let go of them. Let go, and then let go. And to do that, you've got to dish out what you really feel. If that means hate someone, because when you hate someone, you actually let go. This is what a lot of people, it's called righteous anger. And then you actually heal that way. You actually let go. So letting go is not it's letting go is a gradual process. Sometimes it takes hate. Sometimes it takes releasing. And then and that's how you're properly letting go of that person. It has done you wrong. You can't save the narcissist. You can't save them. They'll continue to look for certain reactions within you. They'll look to it because they've got their own thing going on, their own problem going on. You just have to let go of that people. So yeah, that is the solution, like I say. The solution is, like I say, is to all the problems on the planet, is to be more empathic with yourself. And then once you start being more empathic with yourself, you'll start letting go of certain hang-ups or things that you're holding on to, and people as well. And then that's when the empathy starts to come. Because you're being empathic with yourself, therefore that's how empathy builds. That's why I gained this ability, because the awakening was basically telling me to just to love myself more. Now I love myself. I hated myself before my spiritual awakening. I used to have suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. So but it was my choice to awaken because I had enough. But I understand why people commit suicide. I can understand the reasons for it. But you can actually have a great life as well. You can have a great life if you choose the awakening path. And then to choose the awakening path is just have enough, like I did, and just start to be empathic with yourself, start caring about yourself, loving yourself, and then that love for other people will grow, and forgiveness as well. Don't forgive an idiot. I don't when I say forgiveness, I don't mean forgive a complete narcissist. But let them go. And letting go isn't just a case of saying let go, it's a gradual thing. If that means you hate them for what they did, what you'll notice is as you're hating them for what they've done to you, you will actually start to let go. Because parts of yourself that they've hurt is actually dying. And the awakening force, the light of consciousness that Eckhart Tolle calls it, is starting to come through now. And the parts that are hurt are dying. And I believe that's the reason for hurt and people hurting you. I think the source arranges it so that they hurt you, so that you let old parts of yourself die, parts that are no longer serving you on your ascension process. You see? And as this is happening, you're becoming more cured, and you're becoming the light of the world, the example of what to be, and that is the way forward. What we need, and the only ones that are the examples are the people that have had the spiritual awakenings. They're the ones that are healing, they're the ones that are evolving, they're the ones, that's what it's all about. But back at the start of my talk today, what I was talking about, this ability, I could, when I first had my spiritual awakening, I gained this ability where I could look at a photograph or a person for a split moment. It would freeze, time would freeze, and I would become, I still have it now, I'd become that person and that expression that they're going through for that moment. And other abilities happened as well, One of the things I see as well lately, like yesterday I had a vision of myself, my third eye, in this white bubble or balloon it looked like. Other days lately I've been seeing like a blinding white light with my third eye as well. And it all began from a spiritual awakening because I chose to be empathic with myself. I had enough. And like I said earlier, I understand people's reason for killing themselves. I understand. I knew someone that did that. I had a friend that did that. But at the end of the day, when you're a spirit and you've moved on from this world, you want to be happy with what you've done on earth. If you kill yourself, you're not going to be happy with that. So I would suggest doing what I did and spiritually awaken. Live from your heart. That's all a spiritual awakening is. It's just, okay, I've had enough. I'm going to change my reality now. And that's what I did. And then the spiritual awakening started to manifest. Because you've chosen to be empathic to yourself, and that manifests itself in external empathy. But that doesn't mean forgive idiots or narcissists, because they don't deserve forgiveness. But when you hate them, you release that part of yourself that is linked with the narcissist or getting annoyed at the narcissist. So that's how you let go. So righteous anger is really the thing that you want to go with if that's what you're feeling. Don't deny it. And as you stay true to what you really feel, you let go. And I'm just going to leave it there. For the latest updates and talks and news and research, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.